Right now, we're speaking to a sister, a great artist by the name of Yashema. Okay, I'm looking forward to this interview, most definitely. Okay, that particular tune is called Zion, and it's one of my favorite tunes from her new album. But of course, we're going to be talking all about that information. We're getting ready to speak to her in just a few seconds. Big shout out to all those who are sending some fire, some flames for that song. It's always a blessing. Right now, without further ado, Yashima, you there?
I'm here. Good afternoon. Greetings, everybody.
Greetings, greetings. So, you know, sis, we just played Zion. But of course, before we get into the music, tell the listeners a little about yourself. Who is Yashima and how you got into the music business?
Yashima. I'm God blessed. First of all, I will say that. And the reason I got into the music was it was always a passion of mine from a child. And I decided to let the world know or hear my voice back in 2011 now. And that was when I started my music career.
Okay.
Uh,
Wow.
Yeah, so like a calling. I had a calling and an urge and a burning desire. So I just knew in 2011 it was time to be heard.
Definitely. And you know, what is it like hearing your song on the radio for the very first time or even each time you hear it? What is it like?
Okay, I'll go back to the beginning. From the very first time, it was an electrifying feeling, excitement, like wow, I've finally, my songs have finally been played on the radio. I mean, and now it's still a joy. It's a blessing, So I just want to pick up each and everyone that's supporting the movement and, has been playing my music from 2011 until now. So I'm just very blessed and grateful.
Definitely. And you know, I know you said 2011, but when did your journey begin for music? Was it before 2011? How did it all kick off?
Yes, it was definitely before 2011. So going back to when I was a child, back in primary school, I used to be in the choir. Okay. And I always, dreamt about being a singer. And then even going into secondary school, I did like I was in the choir as well. So from primary school, I used to go to choir rehearsals and things like that. So from a child.
Wow. Okay. Wow. And you know, who inspires you? Who kind of gives you that influence? How did that happen?
I mean, I'm inspired by many artists from different genres, from reggae music, but also other genres too. Because I grew up in the '90s, so I love my R&B, my soul. I'm a '90s girl. Okay. But from the reggae side of things, you have like some of the legends. So Freddie, Dennis Brown, Marcia Griffiths, Frankie Paul, to name a few. And then R&B side of things, I was into Aaliyah, 702, Missy Elliott. The list is endless. Not only that, but life inspires me as well. Okay. Life inspires me.
Definitely feeling that one. And you know, it's interesting because I'm a 90s baby as well. Grew up the same way. And I'm like, wow, okay, she's pulling off some great artists just like how I'm feeling them. But one of the artists that you got to meet was you, Roy. And I wanted to know a little something. Obviously, he sadly passed away. And I wanted to know, what was his words to you as an upcoming artist?
Well, I don't know if people have been on my page, but I did put up a little clip when I was in the studio with you, Roy. Tenor Star was there, a few of the people was there, and he really just gave me the history of reggae music and understanding how his experience was back when he was starting his career and how, to record a track and things like that, because obviously technology has advanced a lot since Roy obviously was in the business when he began his music career, and it was just understanding from their perspective and how they did things. And so it was good to gain the history and the knowledge of how his career started and how things were back then. So it just makes you understand to be grateful. I mean, we can be overcritical sometimes, and it's just being grateful of the history that he gave me. I'm just grateful.
For real. I can hear that in your voice as you're speaking, you're very grateful. And
Thank you.
what has a highlight been for you so far? Because you're still up and coming, you're still doing so much great works, but I know that you've done lots of different events. So what has a highlight been for you?
Oh, there's been many highlights. Obviously, my first album, my debut album, Awakening. Let's just mention that.
Yeah, don't worry.
And and just meeting so many legends. So a few highlights was going on tour with some of the greats. So I went on tour with Freddie McGregor, Johnny Osborne, Terry Linen, Romain Virgo, and Christopher Martin. So I got to tour a few cities in the UK. So from Manchester, Birmingham, and then Apollo Smith, Hammersmith Apollo in London. So amazing experience. Also opening for Beres Hammond and Sanchez.
Oh wow!
2 years ago. Oh, wow. And another highlight was winning an award for my single called "Oh Me Oh My," which was produced by Heavy Beat Records. So that was another great achievement and highlight for me.
Wow. You know what? You've already made it. For real, sis. So, I know being an artist, lots of people, we get to see, the end product. We get to see kind of the artists in their glory, I suppose. But what is it like behind the scenes and the preparation for the music?
This is a very good question, actually. And like you're saying, people see the end product and they see the glory, but they don't see the hard work. They don't see the no's, the closed doors, and sleepless nights. And, it's very hard. I'm not going to lie to people that it's an easy thing.
Yeah.
If you really enjoy something and you're passionate about it, you need to work hard and put in the effort. Because without no's, without failures, you won't get anywhere. And basically, it is hard behind the scenes, but it's a blessing at the end of the day when you get the results of an album or you got a new single, and then you're able to go and tour and sing. You just know that the work's paid off. So I would say the determination and passion just keeps me going. It keeps me going.
Wow. And a lot of the artists that I've spoken to, they say it's a little bit more difficult for females in the business. What's your experience been?
I would agree with that. It is more difficult for women in business, but at the same time, I can't focus on that.
Yeah.
Because I just know that I'm blessed with a gift, and eventually things will work out. You just got to keep pushing, keep striving. So I don't try to focus on those things.
I like that. That's one thing about hearing your tunes, and we're going to talk now about your great album, by the way, called The Awakening. And I wanted to know why that name, because even the actual artwork of this particular album is very spiritual. For real, it's a definite masterpiece. So tell us something, why The Awakening and why that particular picture of yourself?
Basically, so I came up with the vision. So for the name, I came up with the name and I came up with the image, what I wanted to look like. So I dressed myself and so forth. So based on the songs on the album, I was thinking about a number of titles which were similar to Awakening, and I just wanted the songs on the album to resonate with the title. It needed to mean something to me. And based on the songs from Heaven's Declare, Revelation Time, Zion, as you mentioned, and so many others on the album, when you really listen to the words, you'll understand why it's called Awakening.
Yeah, okay.
And then the picture now, I just wanted people to understand, so you can see I'm dressed like a Nubian queen, goddess, Egyptian, however you visualize it. But with the third eye drawn from my eye, it's just, that's what I wanted to do, is give you the vision, the image of the title. So Awakening, so third eye opening.
Definitely. I was feeling it, and I was just like, okay, I like the sound of this, but the artwork kind of made it pop as well. And as you mentioned before, I played Zion. What made that song come about?
So, if you didn't know, my manager, Morris Stingray Judah, he wrote that song. Okay. And the the song is a powerful song. And it's one of my favorites, actually. I call it my baby. Zion's my baby. And we were just in the studio. When we go studio, which is Big House, Stingray, Dilly will sometimes put up a rhythm on the board, and we could be just vibes in, which we were in the studio at the time. And we were there, and, you know, my manager came up with the words, and then I just started to find the rhythm, because you know, the melody to the rhythm, and it just all came about. It was just a vibe, and it's a wicked song. I can't stop playing it, even though I'm listening to myself, but it's a wicked tune, and it really does take you to that place. When you start listening to the words, it takes you to that spiritual place.
Yeah, that's
feeling.
Yeah, that's what I get from it as well. Like, I can't stop listening to it. Since I got sent it, I was like, you know what? I'm really feeling Zion. I want to know the place it came from, how it got here, everything. It was definitely a vibe. And another one I was feeling was Revelation Time. How did that come about?
Again, my manager wrote that song.
Okay.
So big up to Morris Judah every time, because we co-write. So he wrote that song, and it's a reality song. It's a reality tune, and it just, you know, it's telling you about the signs of the times, the time that we're in. So that was the mindset of the song.
Wow. Okay. So, you know, before we continue with the interview, I would like people to have a little listen to Revelation Time. You up for that?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, keep on the line for me, and I'm just going to play this tune right now. So yes, people, please do keep it locked in. We're going to be playing a little piece of Revelation Time from the one and only sister Yashema. It's a definite vibe. Take a listen to this. And of course, big shout out to everyone who's been sending fire, love hearts, everything that comes with it. It's a definite vibe. Here it is. This one is Revelation Time.
Be weeping in the morning, weeping in the morning. Ooh. It was written in the book of old. So many prophecies have been told. The archangel has spoken in this time, the sun shall turn into darkness, and the moon shall be red as blood. Get ready for Armageddon in this time. Revelation time, tribulation time, judgment time, in this time, revelation time, tribulation time. Judgment time, in this time, prepare for nuclear bombs. Remember Vietnam War, Nagasaki, Yashema. In this time, sea and river shall flow with blood. Nations battle with nations. Not even the dog that peers on the wall shall escape the wrath. Revelation time.
Yes, people, I know Loads of people are sending me love hearts, sending me fire. They're definitely feeling that one, and I know it is most definitely revelation time. Okay, big shout out to Yashema. You know, she's bringing so much love, so much blessings. Each song has a meaning, has a powerful message, so that can only be positive. And of course, we're bringing her back in. Okay, Yashima, you still there?
I'm still here, sis.
Okay. So, you know, like I said just a moment ago, people are sending fire, sending love hearts. They're definitely feeling revelation time, Zion. People are liking it. So, blessings to yourself.
Well, thank you so much. And thank you to everybody sending the love. Bigging up yourself. Big up yourself.
Anytime. And, you know, another tune is Ooh La La. I like the sound of that. Just like the sound of that title, first of all. Ooh La La. Tell us about it.
This was one of the recent tracks that I recorded when coming up to the release of the album. And it was actually this time last year in March I actually recorded this song, and it was just before this whole thing started. Won't go into it. And my manager was speaking to Dilly, and there was two other artists on the time on the rhythm, Freddie McGregor and Norrisman. And my manager was asking, has anybody recorded the cover version? And Dilly said no. So my manager was like, let Shima, do the cover version. So I recorded it around this time last year, and then we were deliberating the album and discussing what tracks were going on there, and it was a surprise. Obviously, when I got the track list back, I was like, oh my word, love the song. And I'm getting such a good response from the song as well, so I love it.
Definitely.
I love it. Definitely.
And you know what as well, it's not a title that you can ever forget, that particular title as well.
Oh, of course not.
And when you're doing an album, how do you decide who you're going to collab with? Because I know Tenor Star is on there, on the song Together. How did that come about?
Okay, so Together was recorded 5 years ago now. And again, my manager, Maurice Judah, big him up, he wrote this song. So we were in the studio, so I think it was 5 years ago now, and I was in the booth singing the song. Dilly was at the board, and I'm singing away, and Dilly had an idea and suggested that Tenor sing the song back to me. And it's basically how the collaboration came about. And from 2016 until 2021, the song is a big song. Everybody loves that song. They gravitate to it, and it's a lovely tune. Big up to my manager because he wrote this song.
Wow. Big up to your manager every time for, the support and the help. That's got to be a blessing for yourself.
Definitely.
And then, we'd speak about another tune that's called What If. It's another personal favourite of mine. Tell us about this one.
Okay, so I wrote this song.
Okay.
Yeah, I wrote this song from a personal place. But this song, to sum it up, is basically about it's a song. It's about you really thinking about what you're doing in your life. So when you listen to the words, I mean, people will take the song in many different ways, but I know where I was writing it from, what perspective, and it's about self-reflection.
Okay.
To sum it up, basically, so it's good to self-reflect and look back on your life and what you could have done differently. But it's a deep song. That song is close to me. It's a deep song.
And what is the difference between having a song kind of given to you, your manager's written it, and then you writing it yourself? Is there a different perspective with it?
Not really, because to be honest with you, if I sing a cover song or if a song's been written to me, I relate to the song in some way. So when I sing it to you, when I deliver the song, I'm feeling the lyrics. I'm singing from a deep place, from my soul. I'm not just singing a song because it's a cover or because someone wrote it to me. I feel every lyric. I can say I'm an emotional person, so I sing from the heart.
Okay.
So you will never get that it's just me singing a song. It's never that.
Definitely.
You'll feel me in every lyric.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? It's true because I can feel that with every song that you've kind of put on this album. So big respect for that. And
Thank you.
There's some young people listening to the show, and is there any advice that you would give them if they want to come up into this business? What would you say to them?
If it's really what you can do, if you're born with the talent, then yes. And if it's really what you want to do, then just keep pushing and striving. I mean, we live in a time where technology is out there, so use it to your advantage. If you can do like cover versions, you put it on YouTube. Instagram's a big thing, so put yourself out there. And producers are always scouting, so they're always looking for new talent. So just put yourself out there. And I'd always say one thing to the young people: believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. It's so important to believe in yourself. Even when it feels like no one believes in you, believe in yourself. Believe me, it will take you far.
Definitely. You know what? It's a positive outlook. Definitely feeling that. And then tell the listeners what's next for you. I know you've got the album. It's out. Are you going to do any lives? People want to see you live. I'm getting lots of, when is she going live? When is this happening?
Well, with the situation that we're in, I definitely wanted to have an album launch. I'm not saying it's not off the cards. So just look out, because I know everyone's just anticipating is she going live, what's coming. Just keep a lookout on my pages, because whatever's coming, you're going to know about it firsthand if you're following me on my social media pages. So please follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I will let you know what's coming next.
For real. And I've just got a question in from a listener. They've said, how did you meet Stingray Records? How did that relationship come about?
Well, for those that don't know, because you obviously haven't made the correlation. Basically, me and Stingray Records, we're a family. We're a family business. So if you didn't know, my manager, family, producer, family. So basically, it was back in 2011. I was singing at a close family friend that passed away. And then my manager, two artists that were on the roster, informed my manager. They asked him, how come you're not recording Yashema? And it started from there. Now, I will say this, because we are family, I've not had it easy. I had to work as hard as every other artist, or even harder, to prove myself in the beginning. So basically, that's where the connection is with Stingray.
Okay, that's nice. It's nice. It's good that you said that, because sometimes people might think, oh, family, getting it a bit easier. But it's a blessing that you said you got to work 10 times harder.
Yes, definitely. I still had to prove myself like every other artist. Nothing's been that easy. No, definitely not.
For real. And when it comes to music, if you had to put a song on the times for now, what song from your album would you put on?
Ooh, revelation time.
You know what? I knew you were going to say that. I was like, she's going to say it, and it happened. Okay. Top three then. Top three, what would you say?
Ooh. Okay. You know what I would say is, what if? Because self-reflection. We've had the time to self-reflect.
Yeah.
What if? Revelation time and the heavens declare.
Okay. I like that. I like the sounds of that. For real. So, sis, what would you like to say to the listeners out there who are locked in, the fans who've been supporting you, and new fans? What would you like to say to them?
I would just like to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for those that have been along my journey since 2011, and all my new fans and followers. I want to say thank you for supporting me, because trust me, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate all the love. I appreciate all the love, and I know that I'm doing the right thing. Like, my blessing is to share with the world, and the more I share with you, is the more blessings come my way. So I just want to say thank you for each and every one of you for showing me love. I appreciate you guys. I really do. And for anyone that supported the album, thank you.
Blessings. And it's so nice to hear that. And I can't have Yashema on, a sister to a sister, and not ask you to sing a little something for the listeners.
Oh.
Would you be up for that?
I'm prepared. I'm ready like Freddie.
You got it.
Oh, I wonder what I can sing for you guys. You know what? I'm going to sing one of your favourite songs.
Okay.
Zion.
Yes.
All right. Okay, here goes. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Zion, holy Mount Zion, Zion, beautiful place Zion. Come away from the land of no tomorrow. Come away. Come away from the land of sinking sand, by the rivers of Babylon, where we sat down. There we wept when we remembered, oh, Zion, holy Mount Zion.
Yeah. Gotta do a signal for that. Jeez. Whew. I think you've just blessed the airwaves for everybody out there. And before we say goodbye for now, is there any kind of final reminders for the listeners out there where they can get the album from and how they can link up with yourself?
Yes, so if you would like to follow me, please follow me on my Instagram page. It's at Shima Sweets with a Z.
Yeah.
On Twitter at Yashema Music, Facebook Yashema McLeod. And yes, if you haven't got the album as yet, please do go to all digital websites. It's still available. Guys, I actually have hard copies. If you want a signed copy, then just inbox me, DM me, message me, and I can organize for you to get a hard copy, of course. And yes, just add me up on all my social media sites, and if you need any more info, then you can also message my manager at Maurice Stingray. That's Maurice, Maurice, Stingray at gmail.com.
Okay.
And again, just thank you for the support.
You know what, sis? I just want to say thank you to you as well, coming on, blessing the airwaves, and just keep going with it. I know it's going to be a long road, but I can see and hear that you've got lots of support. So it's been a blessing to speak with you. And any tunes, anytime you want to boost anything up, you're more than welcome to come on the show.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, sis, for having me.
Anytime.
Oh, no, it's been great. I've enjoyed this interview.
No, that's blessings for real. And of course, big up your manager, big up your whole team. I'm going to be playing 2 more tunes for yourself. But until then, have a good rest of the day.
And to you too. Big up Stingray Records to the world.
Blessings. Okay, speak again soon, sis. It's been an honor.
It's been an honor. Blessed love.
Blessings. Yes, people, please do go and support Yashema. Go and check her out. Go and see what she's all about. Okay, she's been a definite blessing for the whole time. Okay, I've definitely enjoyed speaking and talking to her. Go and check out her album. It's called The Awakening. Right now, we're going to be playing 2 tunes that we spoke about called Ooh La La and, of course, What If. Okay, before we have the great interview with Singing Melody, this is the sounds of Yashema. Take it away. This one is Ooh La La.
Every time you come around, I feel my world start turning topsy-turvy, and I just can't fight this feeling, baby. Won't you listen to this love?
The sounds of Yashema.
What if? Oh no, yeah. What if I didn't make that move? Would I still be living today? What if I did not make that choice? Who knows what life I would lead? What if I didn't make that move? Would I still be living today? What if I did not make that choice? Who knows what life I would lead? If one only knew what sort of life I